Nice to meet you. Hi.
Nice to meet you, I'm Bia.
I'm Oliver. Hey, welcome to my music vlog from
Oh,
Germany.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Yes.
So where are the other girls?
Yes, they are joining.
Oh, okay.
I gave them a call. They had some problem with the internet,
No
but
problem.
they are joining right now.
How are you doing?
I'm great. It's been a bit chaotic here because I'm the non-Bulgarian one in the band.
Yes, I know. From Brazil, I think you come.
Yes, and I'm going to Brazil in 2 days, so I'm trying to get
Okay.
everything ready before the trip. So
Okay.
it's a bit
It'll
chaotic.
be a long journey then from Bulgaria
Yeah,
to Brazil. How
yeah.
long do you fly?
I for about 16 hours the whole
Okay.
trip, 16,
Hi.
17. But yeah, but on the airplane itself, it's maybe 14, 13 hours.
Okay.
How are you, Ozu? How's everything there?
I'm fine, thank you. Yeah, I'm in Germany, sitting in my bureau here in my home
Oh, nice.
right now.
Where in Germany are you? 'Cause I think
From Oberhausen. It's in the western part of Germany. Do you know it?
no,
It's
I
near
haven't been
Cologne,
much there. Oh, there
Düsseldorf
they
and
are.
Cologne.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've been to Cologne, but I haven't
Okay.
been to.
But I have invited a few friends from me. You see Metallica behind me.
Yes.
They're playing for me right now. No, just joking. Hello, Mila. Oh,
Hey, yeah. Hi. I'm
hi,
so
hi.
late. My internet was so bad.
We were already talking here. No problem. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
But tomorrow you'll get your last gig, I read, at Metal Blast
Yeah,
in Sofia.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And are you looking forward to it?
Very much so. It's
I'm so
I don't,
excited.
yeah, because we haven't played in Sofia. We all live in Sofia, but we were traveling around the country for the past 3 months, and we haven't played in Sofia since what, beginning of July, end of June. So it's nice to come back home and play at home.
Great. Even if Alex is not there, maybe you can explain your band name, People of Maha. What does it mean? What's the idea behind the name?
Mm-hmm. Initially, we were actually called gentlemen. We thought it was a funny joke with the fact that we were only women, but this was at the very beginning when we were just jamming together and didn't really have many plans for what was gonna come. And then once things started developing, we decided maybe we should change the name because there are so many bands already called gentlemen and this and that. So let's try to figure out something else, something more unique that can set us apart, so people don't mistake one gentleman with the other gentleman.
I think that's the rapper gentleman.
Yeah, there was even here in Bulgaria, in Sofia, there is another band already called Gentleman. I was like, maybe we should like think of something else for marketing sake. So we started playing around. Maha, it's a word that has several different meanings in different languages. We were playing around with our names because my first name is Anna. So we're playing, okay, there's Anna, there's Alex, there's Mila, and then we start playing around and we saw that Maha is actually a word. And we found like there's a meaning in Sanskrit, there is a meaning here, a meaning there. So depending, if you Google Maha, actually there'll be so many different meanings. And we thought that was interesting because music is also so subjective and has so many different meanings depending who is listening to or who is making the music. We're like, okay, sounds cool. So, but not only Maha, let's see what we want. So we start just brainstorming a bunch of stuff. We're like, okay, we are a democracy, so we vote. What do you prefer? And People of Maha
democracy.
Yeah, People of Maha was the one that won.
But I think Mila is your manager, I think. Or your booking agent.
The one that was so late.
Yeah. At least that's what you said to me. Because it was so funny, the first contact with your band. You know, I never heard any music of your band before until 10 days ago, because I had an interview with Desho from Stop the Shido. And after that, after I published the interview, Mila contacted me via Facebook Messenger and asked me if I was the manager of a rock festival in Chania in Greece, and if you could play there at the rock festival, if I can arrange a gig for you. And then I thought, I'm just an editor from Germany whose hobby is a music blog. And yeah, then I thought, why not write an article or make an interview with you? So here we are.
Yeah.
Really
yes, we appreciate it.
Sorry.
But yeah, Mila is our manager, booking agent. We kind of take on different roles. Alex is a designer, so she helps a lot like that, and I'm just a helper.
And Mila,
I take care.
Yeah. I think Mila goes with us, going through Sofia or where?
Just walking around.
Okay.
Yeah, stay on one place.
Weather is good, I think.
Today,
yeah, the weather's so nice.
Yeah. How much degrees do you have in Sofia right now?
It's 25 or maybe 22, 23.
Okay.
I think yes.
A bit more than in Germany, I think. Oh, now it's
26 here now. Oh,
yeah, it's gone. Okay. So nice. Mila already sent me an email with describing their music as retro futuristic inspired kind of rock with influences from pop, classic, rock, blues, and more. Maybe you can explain a bit more about it. Sounds to me like the movie Back to the Future a bit.
I love Back to the Future.
Yeah. Well, let's say that we really love to mix a lot of styles, let's say. Because, for example, in my music taste, let's say, I listen to everything, literally everything. I'm that person who would mix everything.
Mila will listen from metal to Bulgarian folk music in the same playlist, and you're like, I'm not sure what you're going for there.
I think some things of this you find in your album, I think, in your first album, Blue to Gold. I already listened to it. There are different styles, I think, musically. Maybe you can explain what your favorite song on the album is.
It changes. It really changes. Because when we set out, when we start writing music, we just start writing whatever we felt like, whatever we liked it. So we didn't sit down and say, okay, we're going to be a rock band and we're going to do this kind of music. So this mixture was coming out, and then when we were working with the producer on the album, just kind of, it kind of reminds me of old music, but kind of what people would imagine that in the past that music would sound in the future, because we use a lot of synths in the song. There is, I don't know, different little details in each song. So we're like, it kind of makes sense. So okay, let's go with that. But yeah, it's a big mix, and I think because of that, really depending on the day, a different song will be our favorite. So usually I love to listen to Remember My Name or The Silence, but I also love to sing along to Thursday and the rap part, or even Alone. Yeah, I really like it. Really depends.
I really love that rap.
Yeah, it really depends on the mood you are. We got you.
Let's be honest, it's not the kind of music I usually review on my blog, alternative rock or so. I'm more in the progressive rock and metal style. But I have to say, I think your music attracts a lot of people because it's somehow uplifting, and I think it's not such a bad thing these days.
Yeah, when we were writing those songs, they're all based on personal experience, but we always tackled things from the learning point of view. Did we learn something with this experience? And how can, yes, in the end of the day, there are a lot of depressing songs out there, and if you are in the mood for that, for sure you can find it. But we have a really positive outlook in life, so we like to pass that to our music and to be very energetic also. We love to be jumping and having fun on stage, so our music kind of transmits that as well.
I mean, the song Space Girl, the first song on the album, it's really uplifting, I think. But then after the album progressive more, there are more serious songs, I think, on the album, especially the last one, Alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole album, it turned out to be kind of a concept album. So when we were putting the things together, we realized we could have tell a story through the album. So Space Girl, it's really that song when you're young and you're like in your late teen years, early 20s, and say, now I'm leaving my home, I'm maybe going to uni, I can conquer the world, I have so many things I can do, I can travel the whole world and do whatever I want. But you're also kind of naive about things that you need to do, because at some point reality hits you when you have bills to pay and you need to find a job and so on. Adulthood kind of hits you. But Space Girl is just that sweet spot right before when you still think you're unbeatable, you can do anything. So, and the songs after that is actually the part when reality hits you. So you have a bad relationship, you maybe have you have these responsibilities in your life that take a toll on you mentally, and you start behaving or you start changing as a person, and at some point you might regret things you did. So Don't talks a lot about chasing an unhealthy relationship. Thursday talks about mental health. uh, Darling talks about having the courage of leaving a bad situation. The Silence, then it talks about learning and hoping it's not too late to change. And then we come to Remember My Name. It talks about not repeating past mistakes. And we finally land on My Home, which is when you actually have something good, something healthy in your life that you learned with this past experience that you've been through. And now you are here, you're happy, you're healthy, and you're kind of in a good relationship with yourself, with maybe somebody else, with your life. And Alone, it summarizes. We weren't sure if it's gonna be part of the album, but Alone tells a story from beginning to end. From, I don't know, chasing somebody and then seeing it didn't work out and then being upset and then realizing that it was for the best and then finding something healthy for yourself. So it kind of summarized everything, and we find, okay, we can actually put as an extra track or the last track in the album, and it will make sense for us. So that's kind of the whole album summarized.
I didn't realize it was a concept album, but your explanation makes sense, I think.
Yeah, it's also why the album is called Blue to Gold, because when we were sitting down and listening to the songs and making associations and so on, we realized, yeah, we have a lot of songs that sound blue to us, sound or sad or in a hard space, and but there are also songs that sound like winners and they are golden and so on. So we like to put the name Blue to Gold just because of that, because blue is a synonym for sadness, and gold, it's what medals are made of, it's what winners are called of. So for us, the name of the album kind of also symbolizes the whole process or the whole story of the album.
And then I heard a song which is not on the album, and it's Let's Go to War,
Yeah.
which to my mind is downright aggressive musically and lyrically. Maybe you can tell us the story about that song.
Yeah, that's the first song we wrote together actually back in 2018 when we started playing together. I was pissed about something in politics. Something. I think I don't remember exactly what, but I follow world news a lot, and I always get pissed with some injustice that I see, especially by politicians who should work for the people. And when you see them doing the completely opposite, for me, it enrages me a lot. So I kind of like, okay, let me put this down on paper and kind of process what I'm feeling right now. And that's how Let's Go Tour came to be, like from this anger, from the injustice that you watch every day and wanting to do something, but in a pacific way, of course. Not the idea of the whole song is, of course, not take our country to war or something, so much so that I made sure never to use the word guns, or even in the lyric video, never to use anything that could be seen as this kind of aggression, because that was not the idea. The idea is just pick your mind, change around you, make the change happen around you, and bit by bit, we grow and things change in that way. When you share your ideas, when you make peaceful protests, when you change the people around you, when you educate people around you, that's when change comes. So let's go forward. It's a lot about that.
Okay. And you played quite a lot of gigs to promote your album in July, from July to September, I think. And we already talked about it. Metal Blast next day is your last gig of the tour, I think. What you do after that? Are there any hobbies? I already heard from Bia that she's going to Brazil. But what do you do, Mila, in your free time?
Well, I would try to write more songs because I have ideas, which it makes me more feel like that I want to write more. I know about what I want to write, but I'm missing something. And I will try to figure out what exactly I'm missing in the writing process. Because I'm thinking of even finding new places where we can go, for example, when Bia comes, what we can do after that, what we can film. Because I have a small idea about the video, but it's just like a small idea, which means I need to make it like a little bit bigger to have more sense while we film it. And I think I would try to focus on like mainly on music, and it's like the major stuff for finding where to play, what to do, and what's next. Like a lot to say.
Do you want to tour other countries, maybe? Not only Bulgaria? What about Germany?
Yeah, definitely. We would love to. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, that's why we all got vaccinated, just in case if we have a chance, we are ready to go. But yeah, as you see, Mila is kind of workaholic. So although it's a vacation, we have like 3 weeks of vacation now that I'll be out of the country. She keeps on working. So that to pretty much.
I can't just relax. I can't feel that.
Yes, I'll be chilling with my family there, doing nothing, just chilling, enjoying, because it's been a lot of work.
How do you met in the first place as a band? I mean, Bia, you're Brazil. How did you come to Bulgaria and stayed there?
I came to Bulgaria about 7 years and a half ago. And I came to work and to do volunteer work here. I stayed here for about 2 years doing volunteer work. And by the time I had met my husband, and then we got married. So I have family here in Bulgaria. I have my husband, and we chose to live here for now in Bulgaria. And shortly after that, I started taking singing lessons as a hobby. And that's where I met Mila, and Mila actually connected everybody in the band, so she can say exactly how it happened.
Yeah, so basically I was going to, in the beginning, I had a hobby of playing guitar. I never knew that maybe I'll have a band someday to play here and there. And when we were going to the same school, like I was going to guitar lessons, Bia was going to vocal lessons, and Alex was, I think she's going again to vocal lessons. And singing lessons, not vocal, yes. And when we were going together, our teacher said, yo, there is a concert. Do you want to play? And I said, yes, I want to play. I don't know what I want to play. And that's why how our teachers, mine and Bia's, met us. Like they said, yo, this is Bia. She's the vocalist. She wants to sing that song. And I was so surprised that there is some Brazilians here, because I never knew. Like I never thought about that. And I was so excited about learning this song. And I didn't know that I would learn. I really had no idea that I would manage to do that.
It was a Brazilian song. She had no idea the song or the lyrics or what was happening. It was like, we're gonna make it work.
Yeah, and that's how we started playing together here and there. We had a lot of Brazilians gigs. And then we wanted to continue to move on to make something bigger, even if it's the two of us, it was a big thing. I met Alex. We were playing on another concert again from that school, and we decided just to play around. She said that she's a drummer. We needed a drummer, so I invited her to try with us, and guess what? It happened.
Okay.
It's very nice. The school we used to go and take lessons, they have this charity concerts where they connect the students to play together. So each one comes and play a song together with another student that maybe takes a different instrument and so on. So it was easy to meet people, to play with them on stage, to have a kind of feeling, and that's how we met. It was through this concert.
Maybe for the next album you should write a song in Brazil. Maybe that would attract a lot of people. I think more people for your music. I think. Just an idea.
Yeah, I know it's so hard to write in your native language. For me, it's harder than writing in English. I think in big part because you understand the nuances and every connotation that the words have. That it's very easy to sound cheesy in my native language. Anything that I write is like, oh, that sounds
exactly the same in German. If I hear German Schlager or pop music or so, it's really bad because I understand every lyric and every sentence, and most of the time it's cheesy, as you said.
Yeah, so I'm very afraid that I will end up writing something cheesy that I'm not in love with. So I had tried a few times, but I haven't been satisfied with what I've written so far.
Okay. I already read that you played Kapana Fest in August in Plovdiv, I think, and some other bands that are already interviewed also played there, like Stop the Scissor and Tropy. Do you know these bands or have you seen their gigs there?
Yeah. They're great bands, yeah.
Okay. Do you like their music?
Oh, yes. I think at least, I was very lost in the rock scene here in Bulgaria. We have a lot of friends that are in metal bands, but you don't really know other kind of rock, progressive rock, alternative rock. So in the past year, I've been finding bands, and Stop the Schizo, it's one of them. Really have been enjoying their work.
Thank you very much for the interview, I would say. And greetings to Alex, who couldn't join. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll check. Maybe
it's also hard. Yeah,
Alex has some problems with technology, so no not surprised.
And have a great last gig tomorrow, and have a nice flight to Brazil to your family, Bia.
Thank you so much, Ali.
And enjoy the break, and maybe we get together somewhere in the future.
That'll be great.
It will be our pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay, have a nice day. Greetings, best wishes, and see you.
Have a lovely week and weekends.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.